One of those darn jerseys pooping in the front of the stalls. Hey folks, hope everything's going good for you today. You get to see what it's like to spend an afternoon at the college dairy here at SUNY Cobleskill. In the barns especially, because that's what I do. So we're gonna get the water system all primed up. So we got a flush system here in the barn. And then we'll head inside and get the cows heading in the parlor and whatnot. So excited to have you along for the ride this afternoon. All right, so this here brings water back from the silo out there and flows it through and dumps it back into the pit. And that just bleeds any air bubbles out or anything. Then we turn the pump on. Turn it on for 60 minutes. Then we can turn the primer off. What I always do is just give that a little twist right there, and it constricts the water, and then it tells me that that water is flowing. The water flows up to that silo over there, and that's what fills up and then feeds the flush system in the barns. There's 4 alleys to flush. All right, so as you saw, I turned the water on right when I got here. I do that before I even clock in. It's not worth the 2 minutes of pay that it would give me to walk out here and do it. I just do it before I even clock in. I pull right in over there and go turn it on, because if that silo is not full when I want to get flushing, it's a real pain in the butt, because that's the way that gives you the most pressure. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fill that silo. If it overflows, it just goes right back into the pit and it will get sucked right back up again. So it's no issue doing that. And when it's full, like I said, it gives you the most pressure to flush. So that works out well. All right, got the gates open for the cows to head in the parlor. Parlor's right up in there. And just like at home, I gotta go down through and clean these stalls out and bring back clean bedding. But at home, I don't have to clean a little thing to go down through there. Have to clean out a shovel's width away from the curb to allow the water for the flush system to get down there and push the bedding out. All right, got all the first group of cows in the parlor. Got to get the crowd gate going down. And I have some time on my hands. Go get the barn clean for all these ladies to come back out and make it all crappy again for the morning crew. So like I was saying, the reason for scraping those sides off by the curb is to let the water get down in through there when we flush it, because otherwise it wouldn't make it down in there and the sides of the curbs get all gunked up with sawdust and manure and everything. So we clean them off to give the water some power to get in there. I'm pretty sure that's a standard practice across most flush barns. Up into the manure room I go. So now I got to turn the manure system on. So this is all still on. It runs for an hour and then it'll shut itself off. So got to turn it on. That turns separator on. Got to turn on the auger. That just turns the power to the auger on. Turns on the agitator, transfer pump, turn on the auger. Solids come out, drop into the auger, which go out into a pile that I'll show you. So the auger comes out from the manure room and drops the manure solids, then be taken out. This system works. We flush the barn. It comes out into a holding pit. It goes through the separator, which separates the solids and the liquids. The liquids go into another holding pit where it then gets used for the flush system, or it can get spread. And then the solids are there to get spread. And like I said, I turn the water on, but I come out and I turn it on again so that they're then on the same schedule. and I set a timer so I know how much time it has left, because these both run for 1 hour when you turn them on. It's been 25 minutes since we started it. I'll turn it up to an hour again. That pump will just keep pumping. And I'll set a timer for an hour, and then we'll come back and have to restart it again, possibly. So like I said earlier, you have to make sure that this pump is primed. Otherwise, you will burn these pumps out. So that's what this is for, priming it, like I said. And that's why I just kind of twist that a little bit and check it. Just to make sure that it's flowing, because I do not want to burn one of these pumps out on the college. That'd be pricey. So now I get to head back into the barn, and I've got to clean up the other end. I got to push the high group cows over into the feed alley side. I got to flush that side over there, and I'll be able to let the first group cows back into the barn. And then maybe they'll be ready for third group cows by the time we are done with that. I don't know. So we'll see what it brings. All right, so you just saw that we got the cows pushed out of that alley onto the feed alley side. So now we're gonna clean the crossovers with a scraper, and then we're gonna flush. So you get to see that. That'll be cool. We push the cows onto that side over there so that you know, we can flush this alley. And then when we flush it, depending on how many cows are in the parlor, we'll either leave them right over there, because they're going to be going back in momentarily, back into the parlor. Or if there's a lot of cows left, I'll push them back onto this side, and then, you know, wait for the first group to get done. As you see, the flush comes up through the floor from piping over from that silo over there, and it runs down through the alleyway. Works pretty good when you have a lot of pressure. I think we're going to get some rain. So then the flush water from the alley comes down into these gutters. There's of course 4 gutters, one for each alley. So then it all comes over to this. I think there might be, I don't know if there's 1 or 2 ports, but I don't know if there's just this one, maybe, where it's plumbed across the road over to the separator area over there. So I chase the flush down with this scraper, and I break all the clumps up with it on my way down through and push them to the center of the alley. And then I'll hit the flush and let it go for a few seconds, and that'll clean up all this loose stuff left behind to make the alley nice and clean for the ladies. I don't think there's enough time to warrant pushing the high group back over onto the other side and flushing that alley before I gotta push them in. So I'm gonna clean this third alley here. I'm gonna push all these cows over and clean it, because I definitely have time to do that before I gotta push those cows in. And then I'll flush that and let the first group back onto the other side of the barn there. Some cows just have no class. Guess who forgot his AirPods for work today? This guy. Guess who brought them to him? His girlfriend. She's pretty good like that. Now that is a clean alley right there. Yep, it's raining. Even high-tech facilities aren't without their failures. This thing, like you saw earlier, is supposed to be tipped up like that. It is tipped over like that, and it kept shoving manure out onto it. So I gotta start the system and start the auger and get that going, and I'll have to shovel it all out from around it. So this will be a fun 20 minutes probably. Well, it's now 9:15, getting wrapped up. Started at 4:30. That's when I clocked in. That took only, 2 hours more than normal, I'd say. We were kind of down by one person, and then a little mishap there in the separator room, that really didn't help anything. So, yeah, that was pretty good. But heading home, gonna have some steak for supper with the guys in Brooklyn. So, hey folks, got a special shout out today. It's my sister's birthday, so happy birthday, Maddie. And remember to like, subscribe, and eat your dairy products. Have a nice day.